Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
The Philadelphia 76ers hold on in overtime to beat the Brooklyn Nets 112-104 at home on a Thursday night in their first game off of the All-Star break. This win makes it 4 in a row for the Sixers. They now sit at 35-21, fifth in the Eastern Conference, just a half game back from the Miami Heat, as Miami went and lost tonight in Atlanta to the Hawks. The Sixers, with this game, have also now improved to 26-2 at home in the regular season, the best home record in the entire league. Before we get into this game, we know Ben Simmons didn't play tonight. Joel Embiid had to step up and be heroic. Other guys stepping up and making big shots. The crowd roaring, starting big and playing crappy and coming back, a big comeback. Before we get into all that, man, I have something to say. Do not be blinded by what you saw tonight. This was terrible by Brett Brown. And it's killing me, but I gotta talk about it, man. I know you might think I'm negative or something, but nah. We just won a great game. But I have to say it. We should not have been in that situation. Brett Brown coached a terrible game tonight. Terrible. What was I watching out there? It took Joel Embiid giving it every last ounce of what he had in his body tonight. Everything. That guy had to give it everything and leave it all on the court. Just so we could sneak one out against the Brooklyn Nets, who didn't have Kyrie Irving. He's gone for the season. They didn't have their star. Their other star has been out the whole season. They got like 20-something wins. We had to sneak one out tonight at the place that we play magnificent in. Because Brett Brown cannot coach. I'm just saying it. If you don't like it, man, go click that X. Get on up out of here. But we are going to keep it real. What was going on tonight? Let's start off, man. This game starts. The Sixers go on a 22-4 run, I think it was, in like 5 to 6 minutes. Joel Embiid comes out aggressive. He's clicking on all cylinders. Give him the ball. No one can stop Joe. Guys are moving around, energetic, hyped up, playing defense. Brooklyn can't hit a lick. And then, as we are on a stretch, Brett Brown, after a turnover by Joel Embiid, proceeds to call a timeout. You know what that did? Completely flipped the momentum of the game at that point. After that timeout, the Brooklyn Nets adjusted, and we know what Brett Brown does and what he doesn't do. And what he doesn't do is adjust. He doesn't readjust when people adjust. We go on for the next quarter and a half and play terrible, terrible basketball. Guys not moving. I'm seeing Alec Burks standing in the corner. I'm seeing Raul Neto handle the ball. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Just give it a second. I see Joel, the only one out there. But you know what Kenny Atkinson did? He made adjustments. Guys are double teaming Joe, forcing him to get it to an outlet. But guys are not moving. No one else could hit a shot. No one was stepping up. It's like in the second quarter, it seemed like we were not getting looks for any of our main guys except Joel Embiid. Joe started this game 4 for 4, 11 points, coming out of the gate just firing. And when the Brooklyn Nets adjusted, Brett Brown, honestly, what I saw, he did not do anything. All right, that's fine. So we playing bad. We're getting booed. We go on for the rest of the game, man. We're trying to fight back. We're fighting our way back. We're inching back. And then in the fourth quarter, I'm questioning what I'm watching on this damn court, man. I'm seeing rotation. I'm seeing Joel Embiid come out of the game with 6.5 minutes left. I'm seeing Al Horford getting blown by Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, come on. The starting lineup tonight. We know Ben Simmons was out with back tightness, whatever. Raul Neto played 28 minutes. 28. He had 3 shot attempts. He only had 4 assists. What was Raul Neto doing on the court in crucial time? In the last 5 minutes of the game? When we need a shot to go in. When we need some defense. What are you doing, Brett? I don't get this man's ideology. I don't get his basketball mindset. Glenn Robinson started this game. Don't give me the starter excuse as to why Raul Neto played more minutes. Glenn Robinson started this game. He played 14 minutes. Raul Neto played 28. Matisse Thybulle played 16. Al Horford played 19 minutes. Al Horford played 19 minutes. We just saw before the All-Star break against the Clippers. This guy plays, he gets moved to the bench and he doesn't say a word. He just takes it like a classy man. And he plays great minutes off the bench, contributing in every single way. And tonight he gets 5 shot attempts. Does anyone want to explain that to me? Josh Richardson's playing 39 minutes. And yeah, he brings defensive intensity, but he goes 3 for 12 from the field. But this guy's going to stay in a crunch time, right? Glenn Robinson, where the hell did he go? Where did he go? Furkan Korkmaz, 18 minutes. But yet Raul played 28. The guy that hasn't even played in like 3 games. Ever since we acquired Burks and Robinson, I just thought, a piece of me hoped that Brett would figure out this damn rotation. Anyway, man. To get into the actual game. It took a heroic effort by Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, tonight what I saw from Joe, he led this team. He put us on his back. Everything that I know Joel Embiid can do, he did it even better tonight. He excelled in every single area. He was hustling. He was diving for loose balls, going out of his way to make sure that the Sixers were getting extra rebounds. We're getting to the hoop. While everyone else was standing in the corner. Whether we know Brett Brown, we heard him earlier in the day, right? Oh, we're going to get Joe the ball more. Oh, Ben Simmons is out today. We're going to feed him the ball. That's fine. I want to see this every single night. If Joe can do this, if I can see a performance like this, there is no freaking reason he cannot do this every night. I don't get it, man. Joel Embiid, what a game. 39 points, 16 boards. 2 steals, 2 blocks, a couple assists to add a plus 24. Joe played 41 minutes. The guy was exhausted. We kept giving him the ball when we needed a bucket or to draw a foul or to get a big defensive stop. The guy did it all. This was the Joel Embiid I know. I know he's got that talent in there. What a game. Joel Embiid carried us on his back. He did. The other bright spot was Tobias Harris. Both of them went 10 for 20 from the field. Tobias a plus 18, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and a couple steals. Tobias played great. I mean, sometimes it almost felt like the 22 points were kind of quiet. It was like he was getting his buckets here and there, but it's like sometimes I just don't know the identity on this team. One night it's Joe. The other night it's Ben. Then it's Tobias. Like, I don't know who's the man that will step up consistently. I have not seen that yet. But those guys played well. Tobias played 46 minutes tonight. He was there in a crunch time. He was playing good minutes. Glenn Robinson III, as I alluded to, 14 minutes. Didn't really play a lot after that. Raul Neto, 28 minutes. It's unacceptable. The guy was 1 for 4. 1 for 4 from the field. This guy's playing crunch time minutes. The last 5 minutes of the game up until I think it was a minute 37 when Matisse came in for a defensive possession. You had Raul Neto playing those kind of minutes. I don't get it. Josh Richardson played 39 minutes. 3 for 12 from the field. He was a plus 16, but he only contributed 7 points. 7 rebounds, though. 3 assists, 3 steals. The guy was all over on defense. Richardson didn't have a good offensive night. We know that. On the bench, there's no way to explain it. Alec Burks actually played 30 minutes tonight. 6 for 11 from the field, 19 points. The guy showed me what I thought we were getting from Golden State. A quality bench player. That's what I thought he would come here and do and contribute, what he did tonight. Now, there were certain times in the fourth quarter, Burks is getting red hot, and he doesn't even stay in the game. He comes back with 5.5 to go, and he's cold off the bench. Like, some of the questions are some of the decisions here are just questionable. But like a lot of people are going to let this one off the hook like they always do. Because when the Sixers win, everything's fine, right? But I don't feel that way. The Sixers played they played good. They came back. But In the playoffs, when you're playing good teams, you can't go up 24-4 and then let the team come back and all of a sudden you're down by 15 points. That cannot happen if you're a playoff team, if you're a good team. Where's the discipline? These guys, the problem is they do whatever the heck they want. Guys feel like they're on their own island. They don't know what they're doing. They need guidance. We don't have a leader on this team. Al Horford, 19 minutes, gets 5 shot attempts. I just don't get it. Why switch things when they work against the like Matisse can't play 16 minutes. He has to play more than that. I know he hasn't been shooting well since he came back from the injury, but this guy is an all-world defensive talent. But you got guys, I feel like every time we play the damn Brooklyn Nets, it's like I'm scared. I'm just scared out of my mind. Because for some reason, Spencer Dinwiddie elevates to a max player when he plays the Sixers. Caris LeVert can step back and hit any three. You got DeAndre Jordan. Who knows how old he is now? He's going up for like 5 lobs tonight. Sometimes there's just moments and everything just shuts off. I don't see no intensity, no energy from this team. And then sometimes they just turn it on. They turn the Jets on when they want to. I mean, the crowd, like, when the crowd was energized and getting hype and everyone was happy, man, that was great. But, like, how do you start off so good and then you're just behind like that and you're getting booed off your home court going into halftime? It's a joke, man. The overtime was good. And that, again, was because of the heroic efforts of Joel Embiid. He carried this team. The Sixers outscored them 9-1 in overtime. It was a good game down the stretch. I mean, I wish it wasn't as close. If we go to the team stats, man, let's look at it. Sixers they shot pathetic from 3-point range. We were 4 for 22. 4 for 22. Brooklyn was 10 for 34. Sixers shot 18% from 3 and we still won this game. We shot 44% from the field. We were getting our buckets inside. This is what I thought the identity of this team is. We own the paint. We man the paint. They said Brooklyn was the second best rebounding team in the league. I saw it tonight. Them guys were running around, energized, running for rebounds. Sixers only had 1 less rebound. You got to play hard. That was pretty much led by Joe. I saw him in there at times with 4 mostly four Brooklyn Nets trying to grab a rebound, and Joe's in there fighting for stuff. That's what I want to see. I still saw some bad things from Joe in terms of it's not really his fault, but like he's catching the ball at the 3-point line trying to dribble in. No. You get your ass down in a post, you catch the ball, 1 or 2 dribbles, and you're up. It's either my slogan with Joe is either it's a bucket or a foul. That's it. This team has to be coached better. They have to be consistent throughout a game. I mean, we kind of got lucky that we found our way back into this game because at one point it looked like it was going to turn into a blowout for Brooklyn. They were just playing harder. We come out of the gate like that. You can't let it turn around like that. Sixers had 10 steals tonight. 10! Way more than Brooklyn. Assists were close. Sixers had 6 blocks as compared to 1 for Brooklyn. It's just like in moments, this team is like so good. They cannot be stopped. And in other moments, I'm just like, why? Why can't they turn it on? Why do things turn off? Why does it look like sometimes Joe's sitting on the bench by himself? No one has any communication. How come sometimes it looks like these guys are so lost and they're looking for each other to know what to do and no one can do anything? Like there's stretches within a game for 4 to 5 minutes where it's just ISO, ISO, ISO. Guys are on an island, no one's moving around, no energy. But then it just clicks. And this team looks like a contender that can go and make a deep run into the playoffs. The Sixers play well down the stretch in certain times, but it has to be consistent, man. I'm telling you. If this team wants to commit themselves to making a run, they have to play more consistent. I heard Chuck and Shaq on halftime just saying how frustrating this team can get watching, and I completely agree, man. Has to be more consistent. I can't see these spurts where we go brain dead. You can't, luckily it was the Brooklyn Nets. You know, when you go up 22-4 to start a game and the other team comes out and puts up a 38-6 run within a quarter's time, that cannot happen. You're playing the Miami Heat, you're playing Toronto, Boston, Milwaukee, the game is over. It takes heroic efforts from guys that have so much freaking talent to squeak out a win like this. And y'all might think I'm just being negative. No, I'm just speaking it how I see it. Great win. 4 in a row. A good momentum booster coming off the All-Star break. The Sixers need to go on one of those Sixer runs like the one we saw a couple years ago. They need to win, 10 out of 12. They need to win 8 out of 10 to really get themselves going, show us that they are a legit threat. We saw Ben play without Joe. We saw Joe play without Ben. How come these guys can't do it when they're together? Why? These are the questions that we need to ask as loyal fans to this team. But just certain things have to be fixed. Raul Neto can't play 28 minutes. Al Horford can't play less than 20 off the bench. Matisse can't play 15. There can't be spurts where we go and let the Brooklyn Nets go on a 38-6 run where we look like we don't know what the heck we're doing. I think we got bailed out by a couple clutch buckets by Joe and by Alec Burks, especially in overtime. I just don't think the right personnel was in, but luckily the Sixers were able to sneak this one out. It feels good knowing we got a win. We're 26-2, continuing to defend our home court. We do have the Bucks on Saturday night. I hope Ben Simmons is able to play. If not, we are in some deep stuff. Just know that. Even if he does play, we are in some deep stuff. It's going to be a real test. If the Sixers were to come out and make a statement against Milwaukee, we'll have something real to talk about. But again, we'll see. Let me know down below what you thought about tonight's game and just everything in general, your thoughts, what you saw good and bad. Let me know it all down below. Appreciate all of you. Like and sub to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.